Good afternoon guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first live stream, just me only. Mostly focused on multiplayer games, but today I thought I'd focus on Sekiro. I'm sure pretty many of you have heard of the Sekiro series along with the Dark Souls series.
Sengoku era, Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict.
I'll do you a favour and leave the short cutscenes running for you.
Spreading deep into the mountains, to the land of Ashina.
Wow.
Is the war finally over?
I'm so close on the other stuff now. As I said, I played it before. I got to the final boss, and I took a break, but I couldn't get back into it. I was straight into that encounter anyway, so I thought I'd stop there. So I'm a little familiar with it, not pro. I may miss a few things, feel free to point out things that I do potentially miss. If not, sit back, enjoy the show for as long as you're around. I think we'll be playing for about an hour and a half. See if we can get to Lady Butterfly.
General Tamura is no more!
Master swordsman Isshin Ashina staged a bloody coup and wrested control of the land.
You've already got 2 swords, you don't need 1 more.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose? Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf?
On that day, a young cub was taken from the battlefield. He trained relentlessly, and indeed, went on to become a master shinobi.
Listen, Wolf. You must never forget the shinobi code. As your father, my word is absolute. Your master's is a close second. As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me? Don't
That
you,
lighting
Wolf?
is amazing. But then they've always been good, the Dark Souls series and Bloodborne. The detail in those environments alone just make the game worth playing. Bloodborne is probably still very playable even to this day. And yep, I'm hoping for a Bloodborne 2 for PlayStation 5. But they're also doing the other title at the moment, aren't they? With George, what was George Mario? Game of Thrones.
Some 20 years after Isshin's coup, the
George
Ashina
Mario,
clan was on the brink of collapse.
Okay, good. Alright. Off we go. Oh. Okay,
That
so there is a
shinobi at
stealth
the
mechanic.
bottom of the well. We didn't shackle him, restrain him, nothing. That doesn't worry anybody?
Not at all. Not
At
only
the
is he
moment, my
unarmed,
objective is to
he
basically
has
sneak
completely
around like
lost
Batman.
his will to live. Nothing but a coward. Unworthy of our concern.
Now, my objective is to get to the Divine Heir, which is sitting up there in that little tower. You gotta go around the back way. because going through the front is suicidal because you don't currently have a weapon. Yep. And there he is. I do play with the English subtitles, the English audio, sorry. I know it sounds a bit off compared to the original Japanese soundtrack.
You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
Now, just a quick word of warning, I'll do my best not to swear in any shape or form. If I do, please accept my apologies. But I will try and keep this as PG as possible. But as many as you know, From Software games don't usually treat you as PG.
Kusabimaru, your sword.
Ah, now the games begin.
My shinobi. In accordance with the bond of Lord and Retainer, you will pledge your life in my service.
As you command.
Nah, Kusabimaru. Try saying that when you're a little inebriated. Alright. If you haven't played before, if you speak to him again, he will give you a little energy back so you're not tinted red.
It is a special gourd of medicinal waters.
I want to give you your ward or your gourd. Your best thing to do is to hop far in.
My lord.
Now then,
I'll quickly go through that now.
Were you gravely injured? Afterward?
After what?
Do you not remember that night?
I do not.
No. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we must escape Ashina Castle.
As you say.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that will take us out of the castle. Lord Ishin told me about it once. I ask you to find that secret passage.
He's a very serious individual, isn't he?
Signal me with a reed whistle. You know, like you used to long ago. I will join you as soon as I hear it.
Okay, so here we go, using quick items. You can cycle through various quick items and use each according to the situation. For instance, if you have taken damage, you can recover vitality with the healing gourd. So what it's basically saying is that if you go into your equipment menu, it's going to give you another tool tip quickly. So basically you can equip 5 items, which you'll scroll through with your directional pad, I believe. So we'll go to the healing gourd in the first, and at the end, just stick in your homeward idol because it's quite useful. At the moment everything else is unlocked. So up here we'll have your shinobi prosthetic tools, we'll have your jujitsu, which a good one called Puppeteer, I'll show you that at some point, and your combat arts. There's one particular one I'll be going after when I get to the memory. And then that, what we're going to do, once your healing gourd is equipped at the bottom, just tap up. Now, as like most Dark Souls and Bloodborns, you won't be able to get that refreshed until you get to your Buddha, aka Lantern. Right. So, here we go. Now, unlike most hack and slash Dark Souls with stamina bars, you don't have a stamina bar with Sekiro. What you have is a posture and guard system. Under their health, you've got your initial health bar, and goes off in down a second. We'll take a step. Under me, is my posture gauge. Basically, if that becomes full because of incorrect blocking, I will stagger. Now, what you can do is deflection. With the tapping of L1, if an incoming attack, as long as it's not a red or red attack, we can block most of them, even from bosses. So we'll do, and then block, and then you can carry death kill, which is basically the only way to kill these things. You can either get to the death kill stage by disrupting their parry, or taking out all their vitality. it is possible to lock on, and I have just remembered I've missed an item, so I'm just going to make a quick dash. So your circle is to sprint, and as there's no stamina bar, you can sprint for miles. See what, this game does not need a stamina bar, that would just be evil. Right, pellets. Pellets are basically healing over time. They're not great, but you can get skills into your tree that will increase their potency, so they become a bit more useful. At the moment I am just going to hotbar them because I don't have any other health. And you press your directional left or right to rotate them. Right, 2 of them, so you can lock on with your R3. Fortunately, these guys don't take so much to tag them out on full and fell into a death blow. Straight to deflect and straight to a death blow. Now, it is still a bit of a learning curve for timing because a lot of it is animation. The fun ones are the bosses. Oh, I'm dead. So here's a guy with 2 death blows, which means I need to disrupt his posture long enough. So I tell you what, I'm going to take that, give myself a fighting chance. Come on. One. Just get back up. So the death throws are basically above his health bar, as long as his parry gauge is in the middle. The lower his health, the less his parry gauge will be filled. Help. Can't take that around. Okay. That is gravel. Ah, thank you. I've given my pellet back, but if I'm honest, you don't really need to use one from this point, because all you're genuinely doing now is working your way to said bottom passage by the bridge, which should be around here somewhere. So we're going to ninja across here, going to come onto here, check it a bit gingerly, you can do, drop down again. Now, what I will say is water is actually safe in Sekiro. You will get an ability that will allow you to dive later on in the game. Most of the time you are safe. Alright. So, and also in true Dark Souls fashion, there are different debuffs. You got poison, and you got my worst favourite one, which is fear. Or they call it terror. And terror works very much like curse. Once you receive a full bar, you are out of it. Unless you have a resurrection stone, which we'll get into that once that situation arises. And I've completely slightly lost my way, so I want to head over there, so I'm going completely the wrong way here. Go for a wall. Sometimes the camera is not your friend, I warn you. Should. No. Trying to be too cocky on that one. There should be a grapple point, which I can't use yet, can I? Alright, so it's asking me to get back up here again, is it? Ah, there we go. No. I have lost my way a little bit. Can I even get over there? I need to go across. I know what I'm missing. Go up again. Go up. Go up. And go across here. Got there eventually. Sorry about that. There is fall damage, but it takes a lot. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to jump down, and voila, we're at the passage. So we'll call it on now that.
Wolf, you found it. Now let us leave this place.
Yes, my lord.
To think that this is the only way. To run from the fated bloodline is the only
You see, this
answer.
day and age, I know I shouldn't joke, but you really wouldn't go into that with a child in a pair with a guy, would you? Let's be fair. This is the world where the final encounter takes place. Sorry, spoiler alert.
The divine heir. Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro.
So I've just come out of a cave, climbed some walls, I've got 0 health, and now I'm going against the Master Shinobi. With a sword as long as my leg. And what's he got? Armor, and a sword, yeah,
So the
and a bow.
stands in our way.
Oh, this doesn't seem very fair, does it?
You failed. Get Ichiro Akina.
Well, that was quick. Don't worry, it's meant to happen. You're not meant to take him on here. You can do, and to be honest with you, I haven't done it myself. I've watched a streamer that has done it and killed it, and there's no change in the storyline whatsoever.
Is that all the Shinobi has to offer? The divine heir will be coming with me.
Okay. That is my new best friend.
So you're awake. Looks like death is not your fate, just yet.
The artificial arm of a shinobi passed down by the sculptor, a replica of a human arm fitted with a variety of mechanisms apparently designed with modification in mind. While it bears a number of cuts and it's stained thick with blood and oil, it's been impeccably maintained. Thank you.
What do you call yourself? Your eyes The eyes of a wolf who has failed in his duties. Or so it seems to me.
That is not your concern.
Oh,
Spoken
the
like a
reflection
true
has just saved your life.
shinobi.
Be nice.
I must carve the Buddha. You do what you will.
We were abducted, and he put it on.
You're
There you
quite
go.
the same other peculiar visitors have come to this temple. There's one.
Consider your
according to the
prosthetic,
light of the
to
gate,
say
two
basically our overall
strangers
explanation.
in strange
Consider it a
circumstances.
Swiss Army knife.
Two might get along.
We'll pick up things as we go along that we'll utilise. A couple of my favourites. Now, quick rummage. Don't forget to nip around the back. Because unfortunately with death in Sekiro, you will lose a chunk of experience, you will also lose a chunk of your coin. So the only way to protect your coins is to convert your coins into money bags. Up here is a gentleman we'll introduce later, but at the moment we're going to go see another friend of ours called Emma, wherever she is. Or she's not here just yet. Okay, away we go. So, these little blue icons, beat me to it. The Shinobi prosthetic grappling hook allows you to access to normally unreachable places and a chance to take the high ground. Nearby grappling points are designed with a circular symbol which is designed to turn green with the grapple point is within reach. Now these grapple points are everywhere, and I mean everywhere. The choices on how to attack missions and to approach situations is impeccable. When From Software come to level design, they're very, very rarely beat. So, as per the start of the show, these are your lanterns and your fast travel points. They're also a place eventually where you can upgrade skills, allocate your prayer beads. So if we sit down at this, what we're going to look for is following. So 4 prayer beads. Prayer beads are inlootables, but mostly they are droppables from bosses. Memories are basically after you defeated some certain bosses, they'll give you a memory. When you actually access that memory, you increase your attack power. At the bottom are your spirit emblems. Your spirit emblems will function as a use for your prosthetic tool and consider them as ammo. But some tools will use more emblems than others, because From Software just don't make it easy for you. You can get buffs and debuffs, i.e. better defences, you can pick up increasing further money. Maybe I should attack this guy. Not too overwhelmed to the start. I forgot about this. So basically you're a walking Dyson. You hold down square, any downed enemies will drop loot and you'll be able to suck it all in with basically a hold down of square. So your markers, as said, are yellow for aware, red for they know your presence. What you can do, for example, is if when they're running out in the open, particularly when they have no arrow on them at all and they're completely unaware, works best. But if you can, you might be able to just get up on the death blow. And then you suck in whatever's that way. So as I said, these grapple points are everywhere. And sometimes, to be honest with you, the area approach is always the strongest approach. You can chain together, there's no cooldown on your lasso. Second. If you can get behind them quick enough, you can perform an instant death blow on them as well, so you can make it as easy or as hard as you like. As it gets, obviously the game progresses, there are some interesting enemies you come across. but at the moment it's all samurais and bowmen. The occasional wolf. But they work very much the same. If they're going to attack you, if they're about to attack you, just tap R1 and you carry your attack, give them left side open. They'll always shimmy back, bark at you a couple of times, and run straight at you. What I will say about this game is it will try and kill you if you're swinging aimlessly. That's what it will try and do. It tries to put you to situations where you can't do anything about it. You notice games like Streets of Rage, the latest one, Streets of Rage 4, sets you up. Some of the bad guys will set you up in a certain way so everybody else can get a combo off you. This game works very much the same. So, in the words of Liam Neeson in Batman Begins, mind your surroundings. I suppose this started as a playthrough to more of a playthrough stroke tutorial. I know I've been playing games for a while, ever since the Spectrum 128K, so you can imagine. I'm primarily a PS4 and a PC player. My niche is a war, Total War, Dark Souls, challenging games kind of thing. I don't mind the occasional, oh, do I want to take this guy on? Not yet, I'm going to try something first. So this is like a checkpoint boss, kind of, well it's not even a boss, he's more like a guardian. So what you can try and do is, he's carrying 2 death blows, all Spear Gem will do. I picked up a prosthetic tool, which I don't really need for this fight. But what I want to try and do is not get hurt. But I also need his gourd seed. And gourd seeds are used to increase the capacity of your healing gourds. So very much like the Estus shards. And the Estus flask. Apart from you haven't got to focus it onto magic points because there's no magic in this game. No, I tell a lie, there is a variety of them. There's some techniques, I would say. So what I've done is I've gone straight in for a perilous attack. Take out one of his heads. Because this guy's nasty. What he'll do is he'll have an unblockable attack. Blockables look like that. You can jump on his head if you're close enough, and it has this stagger bar. But if this guy combos you, it hurts. See my stalactite in the Lord. There's more. Oh! Got out of the way of that. That would hurt. These tips need to go away. Thank you, tips. Oh, they think it's all over.
Loyal wolf, take my blood and live again.
Right, so this is Sekiro's little gimmick. You have what's called dragon's blood in you, which allows you a resurrection per phase of a fight. And I say that because as you build up resurrection tablets, From Software doesn't want you spamming it. So if you're having to resurrect more than once in the same phase of a boss fight, you won't be able to resurrect again until you've cleared it. And you need to stop that. Prayer bead and a gore seed. So a prayer bead is one of 4 that will go towards adding to your overall extension of your life and posture bar, and the gourd seed will go to how many times I can use my healing gourd. Now over there you'll see some crows. He is your first merchant of the area. He's a bit tricky to get to, but I'll go through that in a moment. There are also a couple of NPCs down here that you'll need to talk to, because Sekiro's progression system is not as linear as you would think. You'll have to hop between phases, i.e. between present and past, to build up the proper attributes to now enable you to, when you come to a certain boss in a certain Ashina castle, you'll be ready to have enough stats to at least be able to compete with him, and then it's just the learning curve. So for the moment, I'm just going to work on clearing the area. Maybe I'll go and rest first, actually. So since that champion is down, he will never respawn now. The only things that will respawn as when you rest are standard infantry and basically trash mobs. You can get out. So I'm going to basically... So, it's throwing all the tooltips at me. I really should turn these off. So we can enhance, but that requires the prayer of ease. We can rest. So what we're going to do, we're going to travel back, and we're going to go back to the dilapidated temple, because we're going to give Emma the Godsey, and then hopefully the old sculptor is going to give us our first skill page. And the skill page has something very, very good on it that I like. It's called the Mirakuru Counter. First, this is Emma. This is your resident doctor.
You truly... The power of the dragon's blood. I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes.
Who are you?
My name is Emma. I am a doctor.
What master?
Forgive me, but... For his safety, I cannot reveal his identity. However, my master gave explicit
And there is a shroud of
orders to
mystery, so we
assist
don't know who the
in
sculptor
any way
really
I
is.
can.
Not yet.
I'm not telling you to trust me. However, the gourd of
So she's also
Medismet
being
is
very
originally
cryptic.
a creation of mine. I am a doctor, and I will assist you in that capacity.
You made
So-
this gourd.
Yes, it was intended for Lord Kuro, but it seems he entrusted it to you. I'm sure you may have noticed, but the medicinal waters in this gourd spring forth on their own. Even after being emptied, you will find it full again after a short rest.
Yes. Is there a way to improve it?
There is a way to improve it, but they're talking in slow
Notice
motion,
anything?
and
Yes.
Like what?
yep.
I died. The divine heir's voice reached out to me, and suddenly I was alive again.
So you died, and now you're alive.
So we can resurrect.
I'm glad.
So we're going to give her the gourd seed,
Is this a gourd?
Yes.
but she's
plant this
stingy, so she won't
perfect.
automatically fill it up for you.
Such a strange medicine.
Is it strange? I don't take any offense to that. If it's effective, then that's what my...
I see.
Please, I should be able to further increase the volume of the medicinal water.
We've just been through that.
Bye.
Thank you. So I'm going to see Sculptor, see if he gives me a skill
I found
page.
one.
A shinobi tool?
Yes.
I said before, but by fitting shinobi thick shields, break them into splinters, swift foes, bring them down from afar. Fitting more devices means more ways to slay your enemies. If there's someone that needs killing, that's all there is to it.
No, I guess he didn't want to give it to me just yet.
was carved by the true sculptor.
So what we're going to do is now we're going to go basically rest. We're going to go back. We need to go speak to the two NPCs I told you about. We'll go visit the store and see how much gold we've got, or silver, which is 88, so not a lot. You're not going to have a lot at the start of the game. Sometimes you will find farming areas where you can run through a couple of times and generate a few items and a bit of gold to help you out. I would recommend doing that from time to time, especially when it comes to trying to farm experience points. So we're going to go back to the Great Wall Path. Did I pick that up? I'll check. There is a prosthetic tool here, but I think I might have missed it. I'll go check. Should have had it. Okay. No. there he is, sugar. Yes, I have. Okay, onwards. So we should dash through, don't worry about the dogs. They're not worth anything. This calabash, they're mainly a deterrent, an attacking deterrent. Like dirty tricks, kind of thing. Right, so let's get started. Oh, let me show you something over here. There's a reason I've come over here first, it's because... where is it? Here. Oh, hello. Right, so... I'm targeting, fast lock. Jump off the edge. It makes it a lot easier first time getting across him. It's quite junky. It's quite angry. Same again. Riflemen, you can't really parry the shot back at them. You can block the shot, or you can parry out of the way, or just watch out the way of it. It's quite agile. You'll get used to the timing of the shooting, so you'll know when to pretty much duck. So I'm just going to make sure there's another rifleman around here. I want to get a surprise on him. Oh no, maybe I'll just go. It's just those three. First things first. And try and... Oh, missed it. Damn it. Let's pick up Darcy. Come on, do it. We're not going over there yet. First things first, we're going down here. Mind yourself down here. There's like 6-foot birds and they hurt. Right, so we're looking for a way through, which I believe I've just walked past. Yeah, almost. Ah, there it is. Okay. And crawl through. What we have in here? A couple of light purses. And they are 100 each. Cool to get back out. What I do is try and get out of this. I want to go... There's another coin purse around here. It's up there in that nest. So we're going to go over here. Bring ourselves up there. Catch it up there. That's in there. There we go. Right, next up, NPCs. So there's 2. So we'll talk to the first woman first.
Oh, is that you, Inosuke? My son. Have you seen the young master?
I'm not your son.
I'm not your son.
There you go again, Inosuke. You always tease that I'm getting... Well, anyway, take this bell. It's a charm I made with the young master in mind. Please, offer it to Buddha for his sake.
Thank you very much, creepy old lady. Next thing I'm going to do, speak to this gentleman down here.
Who is it?
He's not doing too well.
Somebody there.
Yes.
That voice. No. Sir, my name is Inosuke Nogami, a vassal of the Hirata family. Or at least I was. I ask a favor. Might you look in on the old lady in that house? She's my mother, but her mind is failing.
I met your mother. She gave me...
She did she? That bell's troubled her for all. She kept muttering incoherently.
There we go.
Inosuke, have you offered the bell charm? Have you tried the rundown? I'm sure you'll find good.
Right, okay, so basically what she's telling you to do is back in the sculptors the Dipakadis, I can't get my word around that. The temple, there is a Buddha in the corner that I looked at earlier. You need to take advantage of that. Now this bit, up there you've got a guy who's going to shoot a cannon at me. So we need to get rid of him first and then go and take him out. Just going to wait, there you go, so the way to approach this is to the left, through the shrubs, up across. He's on me. This could be interesting. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, do it the hard way. Right, black powder is also craftable materials for your prosthetic arm for when you want to do enhancements. That opens up this. Wow. Did you hear that? So, next up, going to the merchant. So we're going to go back to where you originally were. So from here, come up here. And then get ready for a climb. So we go from here, grab a point there, grab a point there. Once you're up, you've arrived.
Care to purchase an offering?
An offering?
Indeed. I show items to be offered from the looks of you. I'd wager you go ahead.
Right, so like we can actually purchase, so we're currently carrying 238 gold, so we're not actually using it for anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest it into 2 white point pouches, and anything you take off him here, he will not claim back. So basically it won't refresh. Once he's empty for the rest of the game. So for example, pellets, I've already carrying what? I've got 6 of them in storage already, so I'm going to hold on to them for a minute, and I've got what? 7 light coin purses. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sell 4 or 5 of them. Why? Because I want to buy something. I'm going to buy this. Firecrackers. Firecrackers. Lovely little trick. I'll show you if you haven't seen them before.
Don't use that thing around here. You'll scare the crows. Cruelty.
Right. So we've got that. Right, so onwards. So what we're going to do now, we're going to press through the gate, we're going to get to the next checkpoint. So we've already cleared the area, so we're going to progress down here. Let's get up. Let's get over. Ooh, missed it. Go this way then. Right. Watch out for the giant bird again. Try and jump across onto that, and you have your bird. Right. So let me quickly explain why we're going to go back on ourselves in a minute. I'll just show you. So I've just rested. What I'm going to do is stand up. So a couple of things behind you. What's this? Jump down here, we have another one.
Yeah.
He's also got a storyline
You're
to
that
himself
good
as well,
sir
so it's worth
Shinobi,
talking
I
to.
haven't seen you since.
What night?
You don't remember?
No.
Ah, I see. Listen, you and I, we've met before. I was a thief back then. But those days are behind. Only
You've
problem
met
is
him
being broke.
before.
I don't have anything.
Plot thickens.
So, good sir, would you mind lending me just a few coins to get my business going? I'll stock something useful, and as a little bonus, I'll tell you all about that. What do you think? Pretty good.
Have I got that? I should think so.
Here's some coin.
So I've given the Zen.
Thanks, good sir.
Now talk.
Just going to give you some information you already know.
But it was a that theirs.
There's a lot of dialogue here. I'm running out of time, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to push through this for a second. I'm sure you've all come to watch me fail instead. So it wants me to purchase information for 20. I've only got 8 of them. So give me 1 second. Do. So the reason we're going to go back initially is because there's a boss in this area, and what we require is an item from my past to make this fight a little more less chaotic. So this is him. So we're going to run away from that first. We're not ready for it. Back to the dilapidated door. Right, first things first, let's go and see Mr. Sculptor, because we have some things we need him to do.
What is it?
Seems to me your battle sense has returned. You're more like a shinobi than before, if only a little. Take this.
And there we have our first skill page.
Shinobi recorded within are fighting techniques that cannot be performed by samurai. Whether you shinobi or
So, as you can see next to my top right, we have a leaf with a 1 in it and a progression bar. That is your experience and skill levels.
I can hear.
You mean an old woman?
That, but
No.
it appeared. I think
More sorry, skill point progression.
The kind fate it was caught.
So we're going to present the Shinobi prosthetic and we're going to ask him to fit some tools. So we found the cracker and we found the shuriken. So we can't do anything else at the moment.
Yes, right. That kind-faced Buddha you see over there. Don't do anything funny with it.
Alright, so what you can do, you can now allocate your Shinobi prosthetics. And what it will do, outside now you'll start picking up little white crosses, looking like so on the screen at the moment. And now basically go towards your cap. If you collect over how many you can hold, which at the moment we can currently hold a total of 15, I believe. So yes, we can currently hold 15. Anything we collect over that will be stored automatically for us, and once you rest, you will come out of your reserves and top back up to 15 if you've used any. So, next part. We're going to see the past.
Close your eyes. Hear the bell speak to you.
graphics. It's a computer game. And this is coming from someone that started with a Spectrum, a tape loader.
Your thoughts.
My first internet connection was a 14.4 modem.
Old memories from their slumber.
And look at us now. A lot can change in 30 years. So here we are. We are in the Hirata estate, which has now become an active travel point in your past from the current world. Don't ask me how that works. It's from software, they can make their own rules. So we're going to rest down there and we're going to make our way. Bit of a jump. So what we're going to do is we're not going to rush straight in because I want to farm for something briefly, which I recommend you do while you're here, because it's the only real chance you can do. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to shut off here. And we are going to just suicide jump. So, this is the area we need to be. What we're looking for are, I think it's 7, really? We're going to find out in a minute. But I know there is initially one around here. So the items we're after are treasure carp scales. And the reason we're going to do that is for a combat hunt. So we're looking for fish like that. The only problem is you've got to catch them. And if you catch them, you manage to pick them up. The only thing is they're very aware. And they can go deep, which you can't do at the moment. So that's why it's best to keep just tapping R3. Every now and then you'll lock onto one that's under the water, just on the surface. And what you want to do is when you take your time, and then you want to press circle R1 to have a sword dash. And you turn yourself into a mini javelin, or a mini harpoon under the circumstances. So you see it over there? That's what you do. You can go straight in. Doesn't notice it yet. And there's another one. It might be a bit deep. So we're going to come away. Definitely this on the rock. There he's going. I'll wait for him to come out. So there's a couple more in here. I think there's 7. It takes a bit of time and patience. I promise you, it is worth it. If you want an extra, you can sit in the reeds. And what the reeds will do is have a master present. Which powers into to the front, up to the top of the water hole. See him in the water yet? No, it's too deep. Yeah, that's well. So come out of the water for a minute, but watch yourself when you do, because there's a patrol here. So more than one, I know that. Wow. Okay. Let's try it again. Better. We're looking for the... There he is. This is the guy I want to give it to. Don't know, don't ask. So we'll want this. So we need 5. We want the floating passage task. Floating passage text. If we get 1 extra, a divine grass can always go amiss. It's really potent. It's quite a healing item. But he Combat text is what we want. Real quick today. Oh. Got you. Four. One or two. Save time in the long run because we don't get it. Completely unaware. Just wait for a minute. I got a thing. I'm deep. We can get that. Pick up. It's not in my nature. We can end it. Come on, get him. Yeah. There now. Sweet. You're gonna laugh, but this combat art is very good. Probably the only one I really keep until I get the other blade. I say there in it, so we have the combat art, which is basically it wreaks hell on powers. Right, and with that we're just going to get to the lantern, and then we'll have to call it for now, I'm afraid. Well, so prosthetic tool. Whoa. Better go and speak to that gentleman at the end that we completely avoided. Just murder our way across the bridge. I didn't see this. I'll take it. Right. So can we get back up here? Maybe not. Onwards, Jeffrey. No, that's not my name, just before people think so. You can call me Red. Right. Right, tune in next time, and we'll get up to and take on Lady Butterfly, and then take on the Raging Demon, or not the Raging Demon, the demon in the real world situation. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching if you have stayed through the whole thing, and I'll see you again next time. And stay safe. I hope your family's well, and most of all, have fun.